Time to guys, everyone. This is the big man 0706 saying, let's look at something. It's called Park Strikers, the regular show game. Basically, it's a strange puzzle game. Here are the rules. There are two different kinds of items, balls and pins. Each of the four colors: blue, red, green, purple. Cool. You have to match the same ball to same pin. You can also make power blocks by, I think, a certain dimensions. Like first one is 2x2, then there's 3x2. I think 3x3. I think you go as high as they can. Wow, you go as high as you can. Basically, you destroy those, you get more counter pins, which will be explained in the next instruction page. And if you set up chain reactions, you can do a lot of damage. Counter pins are sent when you destroy pins, and they easily screw up. They can easily screw up or give better the odds for your opponent to set up good chain reactions, which we don't want them to do. The only way you can destroy counter pins if you break pins next to the said counter pins. But why would you do that? If you place a bowling ball on a counter pin and you wait until it reaches 0, if there's a big line of pins, you can set up a nasty attack the opponent could lose from. Soul balls destroy all the pins of a certain color, or it could be good for chain reactions if you put the ball in a certain place, or if you use the soul ball on a certain color pin. If they reach the top, you lose a round. The rule is best of 2, and I'm going to be playing this on the medium difficulty. The characters you can play as are Mordecai the Blue Jay, Rigby the Slacking Raccoon, Skips the Abominable Snowman, I think he's an Abominable Snowman, Benson the Park Manager, he became my favorite character, because he reminds me of a lot of people that are in a pissy mood, and Pops the Retard. Well, mostly he has a childlike brain. He goes in one episode, he gives Mordecai Rigby old-fashioned cell phone and said, "Careful of radiation," and his head is swelled up. And here's the secret character, Death. In order to unlock Death, you have to beat the game as Mordecai, Rigby, Skips, Benson, and Pops. I'm going to play as Death. And the weird thing about Death, he has hair. He's a skeleton. Why the fuck does he have hair? Here. And one thing, don't get used to me playing these type of games. Don't get used to me playing these Cartoon Network games. Only when I'm bored, or when I want more viewers, like my completely awesome friend, Thereanimetor. Why is he awesome? He has a derp. And I repeat, he has a derp Typhlosion as his channel icon. How fucking awesome is that? Normally, when you think of a Pokemon that looks like it's always pissed off every single fucking time, you wouldn't want to see him derped up. You would not expect him to see him derped like go derp. But his icon is actually funny as hell. Oh, I like his icon. Anyway, I remember there was one Cartoon Network game I really fucking hated. The game was called Punchtime Explosion. That was a big piece of shit. And I repeat, that was a big piece of shit. Basically, it's this brawl-style fighting game featuring the Cartoon Network characters. Some of the classic Cartoon Network characters. Some are the newer ones. Like, when I first thought that Ben 10 was going to be in the game, I thought it was going to be 10-year-old Ben 10, because that was the Ben 10 I liked. Not that stupid as fuck Aliens Force or Ultimate Alien bullshit. So that was a big piece of shit, those TV shows. Why was it a big piece of shit? It was too fucking serious a tone. I mean, when I first watched Ben 10, it was a comedy-based thing. Sure, Ben had to save the day by fighting off these aliens. You know, in the original evil villain Vilgax. It's not Aggregoth or some other bullshit villains. And I did see the series premiere of Omniverse, and I'm gonna watch that show. I think that's a lot fucking better than the other Ben 10 shows. But back to the game. Basically, it's a fighting game. Not only play as Ben 10, but you also play as Chowder. You can also play as I forgot who. Oh no, you can also play as Chowder, Mac and Blue. Number 1 from Codename Kids Next Door. Why did I think that was going to be a good chain reaction opportunity? That was bullshit. Also featured Samurai Jack. Grim, who's my favorite character to play as, because he always has a big reach. All 3 Powerpuff Girls. And a bunch of secret characters like Mojo Jojo, Father, who's my favorite villain from the Cartoon Network, all the Cartoon Network stars. I don't know who the other villain was. Oh, Vilgax, but it was sucky Alien Force Vilgax, not awesome Ben 10 Vilgax. Next is skips the abominable snowman. Anyway, back to the show and how shitty it is. The game. And there's a special secret character you can unlock, but you only unlock him at the end of the game where you fight the final boss in the story mode, which is Captain Motherfucking Planet. Here's one thing. When I thought there was going to be a good secret character, I wouldn't think Captain Planet, because he's an environmental superhero. I don't give a shit about the environment. I'll throw anything in the garbage instead of recycling. I would let water run a lot. I don't give a shit about the environment. The worst part, most of the characters in the game... Oh, you can also play as Dexter and Monkey. Okay, I forgot. You can also play as Dexter and Monkey. Some of them have the original voice actors. Some of them have horrible sound-alikes. And I repeat, horrible sound-alikes. I don't know why most video game and movie companies decide, you want to pay for the guy who actually sounds like a certain character? No, he or she's going to be too fucking expensive and demanding. Let's have a really shitty sound-alike for a really great price. I hope the fans will admire that. Yeah, I ranted about that. I know. But the one thing about Park Strikers, it's really fucking short. It's really short depending on what difficulty is. The problem is they make you play 2 rounds. So you'll probably play a total of 6 rounds if you're playing on the easy tournament, 8 rounds if you're playing on the medium tournament, and 10 rounds if you're on the hard tournament. We're on the left. Next is Benson. Fuck you, phone. I don't give a flying rat's ass. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. The other problem with the game. Not a lot of people grew up watching certain cartoon characters. No one grew up watching Grim Adventures of Billy Mandy. No one grew up watching, I forgot already. No, never. No one grew up watching Samurai Jack. No one grew up watching any of these old cartoons except for Chowder. Oh, I also forgot Flapjack and Captain Knuckles. Why would they have those 2 shitty-ass cartoon characters in the game? I mean, it's beyond me. But here are the other things. Problem, the game is short. Some of the challenges are difficult, not because of the enemies, but sometimes there are some situations where you have to protect someone, and the AI, my fucking lord, is so stupid. One example is you have to protect Cheese. It's not Cheese the Chow from Sonic. Cheese, the fucking hyperactive imaginary friend from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. He runs around, he always gets hit, and the worst part, and I repeat, the worst part, he runs off the fucking stage, killing himself, and because of his screw-up, I get penalized by failing the fucking mission, which is complete and utter bullshit. And here's the worst part. The worst part is in Samurai Jack's level, one of the final chapters of the game. You might think it might be awesome to play as Samurai Jack. No. The worst part, there's some shitty moments in the game. The story is lacking, which is really stupid. Well, it's a fighting game. It shouldn't have a story except Brawl, which is fucking awesome. But there are some stupid moments in that game. Holy shit. There's one section in Dexter's Laboratory, which is the level after Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, where you have to ride a tank to kill some of the enemies. And the announcer, it's the old school announcer, not the new school stupid motherfucker they're using Cartoon Network. It goes, okay, noobs, like, treating it like a fucking first-person shooter. Because it's a rail shooter. Rail shooting and first-person shooting doesn't mean the same fucking thing. And by the way, I beat Benson. And the worst part, the characters can only be unlocked in multiplayer. Yeah, the characters can only be unlocked in the story mode. You can't keep them in multiplayer. The only thing that stays in multiplayer are the stages, which is completely fucking retarded. I mean, don't make us jump through a bunch of fucking hoops. I don't know there's another way you can unlock them because I already traded the game away. I was disgusted by that piece of shit. To me, that's a really shitty game, along with Mega Man Legends, but that's another theory. Speaking of Mega Man, I might follow my friend Thereanimator's paw prints, because his icon is Derp Typhlosion, which is fucking awesome. And do a blind playthrough of Mega Man and Bass. Not Mega Man Bass, I already did a blind playthrough of Mega Man Bass. I do a blind playthrough of Mega Man Zero, giving Zero the Kaiba voice that I always loved doing. And no, I wasn't being sarcastic like in that one. Like, there was one episode of South Park I saw. I don't know. It was the season premiere last night. Randy Marsh unintentionally makes his safer sport, because he was being sarcastic. It was Gold Sarcastic Ball. It was so fucking hilarious, that episode. Why am I talking about a South Park show, about Comedy Central shows on a game, Cartoon Network game? Because Comedy Central is actually a fucking better than Cartoon Network. The only redeeming values is Mad. That's the only fucking redeeming value. That's the only fucking redeeming value of Cartoon Network nowadays. It's Mad. And because, well, Mad Magazine's, not Mad Magazine, Mad TV's no more. And it's another source of comedy, although it's not as, well, immature adult like Mad TV was. At least the jokes are fucking hilarious. And why am I letting Mordecai fuck me over? Fuck! Oh wait, because I was talking a lot of shit about Explosion. I want to punch them in the... I'm going to have a good time punching them in the face. Nice. For making that big-ass piece of shit. Yeah. One thing, if you're a DS owner, do not buy... I repeat, do not buy Punchtime Explosion. Do not buy Punchtime Explosion. You'll be fucking frustrated by how shitty this game is. By how shitty that game is. And if you do buy, you're a fucking retard or you're sucking Cartoon Network's dick. Whatever comes first. Speaking of Cartoon Network games, I probably said this already, but probably was in a scrapped video. Because Skips was kicking my ass on hard difficulty. I could do a playthrough of the game on hard difficulty, but I would have to, pay a fucking attention in order to do a good playthrough of it on hard difficulty. And with me blabbing my mouth off, it's not going to fucking help. And go suck my dick! I am not going to log in. And that was Park Strikers. So, next time we might be on, I might be doing Mega Man Zero. So until then, goodbye.